Hi, Darren Hall here from Bet72.com. Well, we're just over 24 hours away from the start of the Cheltenham Festival. Cheltenham 2017 is almost upon us. I can almost hear that roar at 1:30 already when the Supreme Novices Hurdle gets underway. So it's busy. There's plenty to be getting on with, of course. Lots of last minute stuff as well, but don't worry, we've got it all covered here on Bet72.com. You can see our dedicated site. I hope you've had the opportunity to look at it already, pick up some of the offers that are already there. A few more have been added today as well. But what I wanted to do is just make a series of, and I promise these will be short, sharp videos, just with a few little hints and tips to help you along the way. And I'm not talking tips in terms of providing you with horses that are likely to win. I'm talking more about tips to perhaps maximise the opportunity with the particular offers that are out there, and perhaps just a little few extra nuggets of information that you may or may not know already. As I say, the mainstay of the site here is cheltenham.bet72.com. Like I say, we put a few more fresh offers on there as well. I'm not going to go through them all now. We'll do a daily roundup guide anyway, whether I do those in the morning or in the evening before. Not quite sure yet, depending on time, but certainly there'll be stuff on there before 9 o'clock each morning for the day of the day of each of the festival races. So you can see here we've got the race by race offers, which is what I would recommend most people would actually look at. We've broken them down into offers that apply to every particular race, or it can be applied to every race, and then individual ones for applicable to those individual races yourself. So you can see we've got a shed load there on the first race as always. Bookies always go big on there, and then it tails off a little bit, but still plenty to get stuck into. And of course we're updating and adding these throughout the week, and as soon as we find any more offers which we can actually put on there. So as long as you've got this bookmarked, you're not going to miss a single thing, and everything's going to be on there. But one of the things which is quite applicable here, and particularly if we look at the first race here, we've got the Supreme Novices Hurdle. You can see there, if we combine it with the ones up here as well, then there's potentially 20 odd offers plus which we could be getting involved with. Now again, it's going to be down to your own personal circumstances, which of these particular bookmakers you can actually get on, which ones you're limited to, and again that's sort of a subject for another video in terms of how you maximise the spreading your stakes around. But one little tip that we can sort of give out, and you may have seen my tweet earlier on an older post which we had out from the Aintree meeting last year, but it was just talking about combining the liabilities, and just a quick way to show that, we've got the race card up here for the Supreme Novices Hurdle tomorrow. You can see we've only got under £5,000 match, so don't worry, that's soon going to escalate as we get closer to the off. But just as an example, if we picked some of the offers that were actually there, what you don't have to have is a bank to cover all of those particular offers. And what I mean by that is, if you're getting involved with, say, 6 different offers which may apply to that particular race, if you're selecting, or you can get matched on different selections, then you can combine your liabilities such that in fact you offset the money that you actually need in your betting exchange account. In this case we're using Betfair, but equally this could be BetDAX, Markets, Matchbook, and by combining those liabilities, then we not only reduce our overall cost or the overall amount of money that we need in the actual betting exchange, but we also we get a commission break, because again we're only going to pay commission on the selections that actually we get paid out on. So if we're combining those, we're naturally reducing them because we're spreading it across a lot of other runners. So just as a quick example here, just for example, if we had a particular offer, I'm not going to talk about the offers, I'm just going to show you the actual figures here. So we've got Highbridge, no, let's go for this one, Bunk Off Early there, William Mullins horse, and it's again, this these are not all necessarily even going to be in the race. So at the moment, we're just going to show this purely from a maths point of view, if you like. So we've got a particular offer. We found a good match up here. Bunk off early. It's say a £25 offer. We can match it off for £24, for example. So it's, you know, there's a pound difference there in terms of the matchup that we've got. Again, we've gone through odds matcher and the calculator in order to see that. So you can see here at 8.2, which is the current odds. Again, you know, we could reduce that and say we want to jump in here because there's a bit of a gap. So for the purposes of the video, we'll take what's on the screen. 8.2, £24. That's a liability of £172.80. So that means we're going to have that money in our betting exchange account in order to be able to place that lay bet on that particular selection. But then we pick up another offer, and that gives us an opportunity to get on Bally Andy, because again we've got a good match up between the bookmaker and the betting exchange. This is, in this case, is a £30 offer for argument's sake. I'm not picking on any particular offer there. Now what that has the effect of doing is we've already, before we even place this lay bet, we've already had to put, or had to have, £172.80 in our betting exchange account anyway to be able to cover the lay bet that we've got on bunk off early. So then by laying another £30 on Bally Andy at 4.7, that's a liability of £111, but obviously that's covered because we've already allocated that money to our account, so we can offset one against the other. And what we'll see here is that we're combining the liabilities such that the overall liability now on bunk off early has gone down to 142.80, because that's the 172.80 less the £30. And conversely, if we just took that one out, you'd see this has gone from 111, and now it goes to 87, because again we're just taking money that's already been allocated and spreading it over more horses. And then you can see that the green figure is the amount that we get back if any of these others actually won the race, because again, when we're laying, these are the ones we're paying out for. The ones in the green are the ones that we're going to actually get money back in our betting exchange account for, and that will just continue. So as we do, if we did another offer and we get something in, say melon is a good selection there, and that might be a £50 offer for argument's sake, then straight away we're bringing the liabilities. Well, let's do it a slightly smaller amount, because then that shows it sort of a little bit better. We brought the liabilities down even further. So again, that's £78, 47, 102. So we've gone from initially having to have £172.80 in our Betfair account in order to cover the bet, and now we're down to just over £102.80, because we've included other horses within it as a virtue of the fact that we're doing multiple offers. So again, by spreading them across, and obviously you're only going to do it if you can find good matchups. You're not just going to take these particular horses sort of for the sake of it and cost yourself value. But if you've got the opportunity and you can spread it across, and remember, then we would only be paying commission out on whichever of these selections, if any of these actually won the race as well. So again, we're spreading it over 3 horses in this case. I mean, the only thing obviously you've got to look at is if you then did go in with a higher priced horse and we went in with £25 on that, then straight away that's, I mean, it's still less than it would have been 402.50, and now it's 318.50. But again, that's your worst case scenario. So the highest liability is always the one that's going to apply. It's not a combination of those added together. It's always just the highest single amount, because at the end of the day, if it's a lay bet, only one horse can win the race. So you're only ever, as a layer, you're only ever going to pay out on one horse. So that's why the highest value is the amount that you always need in your betting exchange account in order to cover the actual bet. So again, that's just a way, particularly when there's this many offers on, and you're going to be looking at trying to maximise your float. Don't think just because you've only got a relatively sort of small amount that you can't participate in multiple offers, because like we say, if we see there, we've immediately taken our liabilities down by £70 there, because we're involved with 2 other horses as well in the race. So all the time it's bringing our the money that we need down. We can then make that money work in other ways by getting involved with more offers. So anyway, hope you found it useful. Any questions, drop them in, info@bet72.com, or fire them in on Twitter. We're going to set up a Q&A handle as well on Twitter, a little hashtag, just so people can fire stuff in. Going to be doing daily Q&A videos as well, just anything that gets fired in. Just again, the whole idea is just to help people make as much as they can over the course of the festival. Right, I've got some more videos to make, and like I say, any questions, fire them in. But yeah, we'll keep getting the offers added to the site, and yeah, it's well, it is virtually 24 hours now until the off, so it's going to be quite a week. So I'll speak to you very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.